Hello, let's start the class. I'd like to invite you to be so patient today because we're going to study a difficult, a hard subject. Okay, we're going to study the simple past tense. It's a little bit hard because they have some irregular verbs that you have to memorize. You can't afford it. You have to memorize the irregular verbs. So let me show you this subject. In the beginning, I'm going to show you just the regular verbs. Regular. Okay? In affirmative, the simple past is like this. I, you, he, I, you, we, and they lived, and he, she, it lived. So, there isn't difference between he, she, it as it happens in the simple present. Okay, in simple past, there isn't this difference. Everything you have to add ed in the end. Okay, you have to add ed in the end of the verb. So live, lived. There is only one form of each verb in the simple past tense. The exception is to be, which has two forms, was or were. The verb to be I'm going to show you on next class. Okay? Let me show you the regular verbs. Lived. And then the examples. I lived in a small apartment. He lived in a big house. They played football yesterday. Okay, so lived, played. You just add ed in the end and you form the simple past tense. That's easy, okay? But that's not only this, okay? There is more. There is another subject. It continues. So, to make a past tense verb, we normally just add ed to the end of the regular verb. Examples of regular verbs: play, played. Rain, rained. Rain, okay, rain. Cook, cooked. Watch, watched. Need, needed. Want, wanted. Okay? If the regular verb already ends in e, we just add d in the end. For example, live, lived. Smile, smiled. Dance, danced. Okay? So this is the point. Now I'm going to show you the affirmative. The negative now. You or I, you, we, they, he, she, it, everything. You say didn't, didn't, didn't. Okay, you say no, negative. So, I didn't live. You didn't play. We didn't watch. The base form of the infinitive, go, need, speak, live, didn't, tells us its negative sentence in the past tense. So didn't is the verb, okay, the auxiliary verb. And there are some examples. In present tense, we don't need a dictionary. We didn't need a dictionary in simple past. Okay, so we don't need a dictionary in simple present. We didn't need a dictionary in simple past. Jack doesn't want to go in simple present. Jack didn't want to go in simple past. Past tense irregular verbs are only irregular in affirmative sentences, not in negative sentences. Exception to be. So let me show you. There are some verbs that are irregular. They don't have the form ed in the end. So we have to memorize this verb, how to write this verb in simple past, okay, in present, in simple past, in affirmative. For example, the verb to go. The simple past of verb to go is not goed. It's went. Went. So we have to memorize went. This is the point. You have to memorize went. Go, went. Okay, another example. Let me see. I don't remember the verbs. Wait. For example, wake up. Wake up. Okay, you are sleeping and you wake up. So wake is woke. You don't say waked. You say woke. Okay, so there are many verbs that are irregular and you have to memorize these verbs. So I'm going to show you went. Oh, you went to the concert. You didn't go to the concert is the negative form of the same phrase. Okay, didn't tells us it's negative sentence in the simple past. We use the base form of the infinitive go. So when you say I didn't go or you didn't go, the verb, the main verb, the principal verb comes to infinitive, the base form. Okay, so this is the point. Now questions. Did you speak? Did you need? Did you like? And I'm going to show you some examples. Do I need a ticket? Did I need a ticket in the past? Does she live in Japan in the present? Now, did she live in Japan in simple past? And then there are some other kinds of phrases. When did you speak? Where did you speak? What did you speak? Okay, speak, need, or like. Okay, so in interrogative, in questions, the main verb is in infinitive, is the base form. There are other questions. When did you arrive? When did they go? Why or where did they go? Or why did she leave early? Why did she leave early? Okay, so these are the questions. And now I'm going to show you some phrases with irregular verbs. For example, to draw. To draw. He drew beautiful pictures last week. Drew is the verb to draw in the past. You gave the present to your friends. Gave is the verb to give in the past. We bought a new car. Bought is the verb to buy. And in negative, he did not draw beautiful pictures last week. Pay attention. Draw is the verb in infinitive, is in the base form, because didn't, when you say didn't, the verb, the main verb comes to infinitive, to the base form. Did I learn Spanish last summer? Did I learn Spanish last summer? Learn is the principal verb, and it's in infinitive. It's in the base form, because did, okay, did is in the phrase, because it's a question. Did you give a present? Did you give the present to your friend? Give is an infinitive. Did we buy a new car? Buy is in infinitive. Okay, so the last phrase, did we buy a new car? And the third phrase, we bought a new car. Do you understand the difference now? Let me show you a list of irregular verbs. For example, awake, awoke. Be, was or were. Beat, beat. Become, became. Begin, began. Bend, bent. Bet, bet. Bid, bid. Bite, bit. Blow, blew. Break, broke. So, there are many other verbs that you have to memorize as irregular verbs in simple present. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention and see you on next class.